You have been working with natural numbers and whole numbers pretty much your whole school career, up until grade 7, when you encountered negative numbers. Those numbers are called integers. And then after integers, you'll learn about rational and irrational numbers, you'll learn about real numbers and non-real numbers, and it's like a sphere that's just growing bigger and bigger, encompassing everything that went before. And you need to know the difference between all of that. So when we are looking at this worksheet, we are working with numbers. We are specifically looking at your knowledge of the various number systems. So then looking at, for instance, the first one, where they say write down the set of natural numbers. You need to look at the fact that it starts with a curly bracket and it closes at the end with a curly bracket. And you need to fill in the numbers inside those two brackets. And it starts with a number, a line, and then 3 lines given to you, ... and then you've got a line there that you need to complete, because you cannot write every single natural number down. You need to fill in something on that last line after the dot, and for that you need to choose from any of those characters. So you need to look at that very carefully. Which will be the correct character to close off the list of natural numbers? The same goes for the list of whole numbers, and the same goes for the set of integers, except that for the integers you need to start with one of those symbols. So on the first line you need to start with a symbol, then you write down a few of the integers, and then you close, before you close the curly bracket, you close the set also with some kind of a symbol. You need to look at that very carefully and decide which it needs to be. Then we've got just multiples, factors, prime numbers, compound numbers, normal factors again, and then right at the end we're talking about prime factors and compound fractions, or compound factors. And all of that comes from grade 7. So you should be very well familiar with what the difference is between a factor and a multiple and a prime number and a prime factor and a compound number and all those things. This is just to test whether you can actually remember all of that. So think carefully. You've got that knowledge, you have learned it before, just make sure that you write it down and complete the question in the process.